Right now on Good Morning America, first look, the alleged plot targeting the nation's biggest airport. Police say they foiled a potential mass shooting, what we're learning about the man under arrest, and what police say they found in his truck.
The controversy over President Trump's new $250 million White House ballroom. New questions about this demolition to the east wing of the White House and the permitting process, what the administration is saying.
The security flaws revealed at the Louvre in Paris before this past weekend's historic jewel heist. What an audit revealed about the lack of surveillance and outdated systems.
Concerns about child safety on the gaming platform Roblox. The criminal subpoena is now being issued, why one official claims the platform is a breeding ground for child predators.
The moment a little girl goes overboard from a cruise ship, her father jumping in after her. Investigators now revealing what that girl was doing before she fell.
Plus, the technology that could help millions of older people with vision loss see again.
World Series bound.
And for the first time in 32 years, the Blue Jays have won the pennant.
After a more than 3-decade drought, the Blue Jays advance in dramatic fashion.
And later, just how much higher turkey prices will be this Thanksgiving.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America, First Look.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. I'm Mola Lengi.
And I'm Maggie Rulli, and let's get right to that alleged plot targeting the nation's biggest airport.
Yeah, police say they foiled a potential mass shooting, and now we're learning more about the man under arrest. Overnight, authorities releasing this mugshot of the suspect accused of threatening to shoot dozens of people inside Atlanta's airport. Surveillance video showing the suspect inside Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, allegedly with his assault-style rifle just steps away in his truck.
He seemed to be very interested in the TSA check-in area, which you can see was heavily crowded with travelers.
Police say the suspect was scoping out the terminal. They say this video shows the moment Billy Cagle pulled up, parking his truck outside. Police say within minutes, a tip came in from Cagle's family.
Cartersville Police Department was alerted by the family of Mr. Cagle that he was streaming on social media, that he was headed to the airport, in their words, to shoot it up.
According to police, the family said Cagle wanted to inflict harm to as many people as he could and sent a photo to police to identify him. Officers quickly spotting him.
Why are you at the airport? Oh, I'm just here, Ma. Put your hands behind your back.
Arresting him using 2 sets of handcuffs. Investigators say they found 27 rounds of ammunition in his back seat, along with an AR-15 style rifle. They say he's a convicted felon, raising questions about how he obtained the weapon.
We're here today briefing you on a success and not a tragedy, because a family saw something and said something.
Well, police say the suspect's family mentioned he has mental health issues. His criminal past includes an arrest for drug possession.
Amazon says the issues that caused outages across the internet over the last 24 hours have largely been resolved. The issues stem from a problem with Amazon Web Services in one of their facilities in Virginia. Millions of businesses and about 1/3 of all websites use Amazon Web Services to store data and run applications. Experts say the outage highlights just how vulnerable we are when so much online activity is routed through such a small number of providers.
President Trump's nominee to lead the Office of Special Counsel is in jeopardy after the publication of a group chat. The website Politico published a string of messages attributed to former podcast host Paul Ingrassia. He allegedly wrote that he has a, quote, Nazi streak, and also made a disparaging comment about the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
Now to the controversy over President Trump's new White House ballroom and new questions about the demolition work being done to the east wing of the White House. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has details. Hey, Nicole, good morning.
Well, Maggie, good morning to you. The planned ballroom marks the biggest alteration to the White House in more than 70 years, but the addition is not without controversy. Demolition crews have begun tearing down part of the White House to make room for President Trump's new $250 million ballroom. Bulldozers ripping away parts of the East Wing, despite the president's earlier pledge that construction would not impact the existing structure.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of.
The president holding an event inside, acknowledging the commotion.
Right on the other side you have a lot of construction going on, which you might hear periodically.
The redesign has moved forward despite lacking approval from the federal agency that oversees such projects. The White House says no permit is needed for the demolition phase, only for new construction. The official in charge of approvals, who was appointed by Trump, agrees. A government website says a White House inspection is scheduled today. Since taking office in January, President Trump has made numerous changes to the White House, including adding decorations he says are made with 24-karat gold leaf.
You've never been able to match gold with gold paint. That's why it's gold.
His administration has installed 88-foot flagpoles, paved over the Rose Garden, and swapped out presidential portraits, even replacing President Biden's with a photo of his auto-pin signature. The president has also added more mirrors. Just yesterday, he reprimanded a camera operator for bumping into one.
Oh, you got to watch that. Watch that. You're not allowed to break that. That mirror is 400 years old.
As for the new ballroom, President Trump says it will be 90,000 square feet, larger than the White House residence itself. It will hold 999 people, and he says it will be paid for with private donations. The remodel has been met with criticism from some Democrats. One senator writing, quote, "Seeing the White House torn apart is really emblematic of the times we're in." The White House firing back, saying, quote, "Losers who are quick to criticize need to stop their pearl clutching and understand the building needs to be modernized." And we asked the White House how this demolition squares with the president's pledge not to interfere with the current structure, but so far, no response. Mola.
Well, as the government shutdown enters day 21, the agency overseeing the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile is being forced to furlough workers. 1,400 employees of the National Nuclear Security Administration are now on unpaid leave. Only 400 workers remain on the job. Officials insist there is no immediate threat to national security. And more fallout from the government shutdown. The head of the SNAP program, also known as food stamps, warns there will not be enough money to pay full benefits next month.
New details about security concerns at the Louvre Museum in Paris before this past weekend's historic jewel heist. The suspects on the run. Experts fear as more time goes by, the odds go up that the priceless gems will be cut up and sold.
This morning, new questions about key security gaps at the Louvre as French officials scour the museum for any evidence the thieves may have left behind. A recent audit uncovered serious issues with the Louvre security, including a stunning lack of surveillance. According to the report, 60% of the rooms in the Sully wing and 75% in the Richelieu wing are not protected by video surveillance systems. The report also revealing the museum suffered from significant delays in the development of equipment intended to ensure the protection of works. The heist, now considered one of the most expensive art thefts in history. The French cultural minister telling ABC's James Longman it looks to be the work of a criminal organization.
Globalement, la mise aux normes.
They knew exactly where they were going, she says. It looks like something very organized and very professional. Still, the minister says they're not ruling out an inside job. Experts say that's typically the case.
We've come to the conclusion about 89 to 90% of all museum heists have some sort of insider component to them.
In less than 10 minutes, two of the men, disguised as construction workers, cut their way into the Apollo Gallery using power tools a few hundred yards away from the Mona Lisa and raided the jewels. 4 minutes after they entered the museum, the thieves were back on the ground, where they jumped on two waiting scooters and disappeared into Sunday traffic. But police say the group left behind key items, including a vest, blowtorch, gloves, along with one of the gold crowns they tried to steal. Officials now testing those items for DNA evidence.
The cultural minister now wants a police station inside the museum.
Well, the Toronto Blue Jays are heading back to the first World Series since 1993. They won a dramatic Game 7 over the Seattle Mariners on George Springer's 3-run home run that you just saw right there. That was in the 7th inning. It put them up 4-3, and they never looked back. Blue Jays face the Dodgers now in the World Series beginning Friday night.
Well, it's time now for your Tuesday weather.
Good morning. Watching some showers from the upper Midwest into the Great Lakes, upstate New York and northern New England. Otherwise, East Coast looking really nice. Few thunderstorms over parts of Louisiana. The West is dry as well. That disturbance in the Caribbean could become Melissa over the next 2 days or so. We'll have to see if it goes to the Atlantic or hovers in the Caribbean for the next couple of days. The track long term does favor going into the Atlantic after that. Late in the week, it's a storm in the Pacific Northwest. Could bring some big snows to the Intermountain West and the Rockies. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News meteorologist Lee Goldberg.
Well, coming up, the parents arrested for leaving a baby alone on the beach.
Also ahead, new concerns about child safety on the gaming platform Roblox, the criminal subpoenas being issued.
And just how much higher turkey prices will be this Thanksgiving. Well, we're back with a frightening crash on a busy street in New York City. A box truck slamming into a parked van, which was then pushed onto a sidewalk on 8th Avenue in Manhattan. Police say 10 people were injured. One is in critical condition.
Well, 2 parents have been arrested, accused of leaving their baby unattended on a Florida beach for nearly an hour. Good Samaritans found the baby napping under a tent. Investigators say the parents from Texas said they went for a walk while their 6-month-old was napping and lost track of time. They face child abuse charges.
We turn now to child safety online and new scrutiny on the popular gaming platform Roblox. This morning, Florida's Attorney General is issuing criminal subpoenas against Roblox, the popular online gaming company, citing alleged abuse of children by online predators.
Companies like Roblox have become breeding grounds for predators to get to and have access to our kids.
The Attorney General claims the platform does not properly verify the age of users and fails to moderate explicit content, claiming his office has arrested more than 1,000 child predators this year. And many of those investigations, he says, have led back to Roblox.
These criminal subpoenas will enable us to gather more information for our prosecutors about the criminal activity taking place on Roblox platform.
Roblox says it's added extra protections for young users with more rules around messaging, saying it prohibits sharing images and videos in chat, uses filters to block the exchange of personal information, and is implementing age estimation for users.
We take every case of harm extremely seriously. Any platform of our size, it draws bad actors, and our job is to do the best that we possibly can to prevent anything from happening on our platform.
The company is facing mounting scrutiny, including from the family of 15-year-old Ethan Dallas. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Roblox, claiming it failed to protect their son from a sexual predator, leading to his suicide. Roblox saying it's deeply saddened by his death, but says it cannot comment on the ongoing litigation. Well, officials in Louisiana and Kentucky are also suing Roblox, claiming it does not do enough to protect kids.
Well, get ready to pay more for your turkey this Thanksgiving. Because of bird flu, the national supply of turkeys is reportedly at a 40-year low. So wholesale prices are expected to be about 40% higher than last year. Mola, will you buy your Thanksgiving turkey if it's 40% higher?
Absolutely.
You will?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't have Thanksgiving without turkey.
I'll go with a chicken. All right, coming up, the mystery object that shattered the windshield of United Airlines plane in midair.
Also ahead, the technology that could help millions of older people with vision loss. See you again.
New details about how a girl fell overboard from a Disney cruise ship. Prosecutors say the 5-year-old was posing for pictures on a railing when she lost her balance and fell backward through a porthole. Her dad jumped in after her as the ship was sailing from the Bahamas to Fort Lauderdale. A rescue boat pulled them both to safety. The mother will not face charges. Prosecutors say her actions were irresponsible but not criminal.
The windshield of a United Airlines plane may have been shattered by a weather balloon. That's according to the CEO of a weather balloon company, who says his company is now working with investigators. The smashed windshield injured the pilot's arm and forced the flight to make an emergency landing in Utah.
We turn now to a breakthrough that could potentially help millions of people with vision loss see again.
This morning, an electronic eye implant, thinner than a strand of human hair, is raising hope for millions of older people struggling with vision loss.
Silk.
Sheila Irvine started losing her ability to see decades ago because of a form of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in people over 50. She's legally blind.
All of a sudden, it rapidly came on. And my worst day was I sent my driving license back. So I was at a scooter, a motorbike, and a car always, and I cried all day long.
But now, after years of darkness, Sheila is reading again, thanks to a pair of augmented reality glasses and a tiny microchip implanted in her eye that turns video information into electrical waves. Those waves are then sent directly to her brain, filling in the gaps caused by the eye disease.
She's able to write and read. In fact, she is able to see almost the whole vision chart now. For someone who's legally blind, I mean, it's jaw-dropping, to be honest.
It was quite amazing because it's all new to me. It's a new way of looking through your eyes. I was getting excited. It's meant to be.
Sheila is one of 38 people in the world to join the clinical trial for these chips made by a company called Science Corporation. According to newly published medical findings, 84% of the study's participants have regained functional sight.
Such an incredible breakthrough, and the company that developed the chip, called the Prima device, now hopes to get wider approval for it.
Coming up, how the global internet outage affected some pet owners.
Plus, the musician who may regret laying on a bed of nails for this photo shoot.
You know what time it is. Time to check the pulse. We begin with the frustration over the big Amazon internet outage yesterday, and it went beyond just humans, by the way.
And get this, dogs and cats were also left high and dry. So you know many of those automatic pet feeders that are useless without access to the app that controls them? Well, one company, Pet Libro, emailed customers to warn them about the disruption. Don't forget to feed your pets, people.
Yeah, that's important. The company also offered tips on how to dispense food manually.
You need those tips.
Yeah. Netflix has announced a new drama series focused on the Kennedy family.
It's being described as the American version of The Crown, and it details the ups and downs of the Kennedy family before they became a political dynasty. JFK's father will be played by Michael Fassbender. Next, to a TV show on Channel 4 in the UK called Will AI Take My Job?
Yeah, focused on how automation is changing the workforce. The show ended with the anchor making this surprising admission.
Some of you might have guessed. I wasn't on location reporting this story. My image and voice were generated using AI.
This feels a little too close to home, Mola.
Yeah.
Well, Channel 4 called the show a reminder of just how disruptive AI could be. Next, one singer fighting tooth and nail for a powerful album cover.
Yeah, Maggie Lindemann has released her second album, and she was really feeling that bed of nails that she was lying on. Those are real nails during the photo shoot cover, and she says it left her super bruised. Finally, a remarkable display of Halloween spirit. Check this
Yeah, a
out.
life-size Pirates of the Caribbean ship has taken over the front yard of this home in Utah. Decorations include cannons, flames, and singing skeletons.
That's impressive. That is impressive. Another sign of the season, giant floating pumpkin races drawing thousands of people to an annual event in Oregon.
I love this so much. I could watch it for hours.
Look at the size of those things. Incredible.
Checking more top stories, a legal win for President Trump in his push to deploy National Guard troops to fight crime in Portland, Oregon. An appeals court has ruled Trump can deploy troops, but any deployment remains on hold for now, pending another appeal.
Vice President J.D. Vance is in Israel to shore up the Gaza ceasefire after a series of attacks over the weekend. The parents of deceased American hostage Omer Nutra, who's still being held by Hamas, told ABC News they believe Hamas knows more about the location of the hostages' bodies than they are revealing.
Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs have notified the court they plan to appeal his conviction and 4-year prison sentence on prostitution-related charges. TMZ reports President Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as soon as this week.
Overseas, a suspected tornado tore through a suburb of Paris, ripping down construction cranes. At least one person was killed.
Today's weather, showers in New England, another storm system moves across the plains into the Midwest, possible storms in the southern plains.
And finally, I like this one, a dog with a permanent smirk, or is it a smile?
I like a smile.
Yeah.
Danny New spoke with her owner.
No one can stop me.
Is it just me, or is this dog smiling at us right now?
Are you happy every morning when you wake up because you see this?
I am, yeah. I really am.
This is Bella, a 14-year-old wiener dog in Tampa whose mouth seems to slant itself just enough to appear like a little grin above her chinny chin chin.
For as long as I can remember, yeah, she's had this little smirk.
You can ask the flowers, I sit for hours.
Now, how did this happen? Well, her pal Melanie here says their family's best guess at this resting smile face is Bella's missing tooth in a very specific spot.
See, there's no tooth on this side up top, and that's where her lip is always sitting.
However, Melanie says over time, Bella's smile has actually gotten even bigger as she's lost more teeth in her golden years. Also, speaking of her golden years, Bella has found fame in the last 2.
Now somebody, anybody, everybody screwed.
With videos like these picking up millions of views on social media. One commenter writing, "Okay, well, this is the cutest dachshund I've ever seen. P.S. Don't tell my dachshund."
Did you think that her smile was that unique?
I really didn't. No, I didn't. I mean, I loved it, but I didn't think it was like that quirky and unique to where everyone would be interested in it.
And even though, yes, Bella may be getting up there in age, she still loves to splash around in those clear Gulf waters. While, of course, still reserving the right to be pushed around in her throne.
Just every time I look at her face, I'm like, you can't be real. You're a stuffed animal. I mean, basically, her face is just 3 black dots, right? It's like her eyeballs and her nose and then her little smirk. It's the funniest thing.
It's so cute. Thanks, Danny. And this gives Mola an excuse
to show my smiling dog.
This
is Maisie.
Oh, what a cutie.